Hey Panthers, my name's Coda.
And I'm Mary.
And this is your Panther Talk. Today we'll get into Brookwood's very own performance of Shrek the Musical Jr. and the end of the soccer season.
And a whole lot more.
Our musical theater program recently went all out for their production of Shrek the Musical at the Bama Theater.
Let's see what Emily has to tell us about the play.
On Friday, March 25th and Saturday, March 26th, Brookwood High School held their production of Shrek Jr. the Musical. Even though Mr. Blackwell was the director in all the previous shows, this production seemed to have a different meaning than all the others.
This play is different from the other plays because it is a lot more lighthearted. It's more of a comedy with like a little bit of an undertone of like just be yourself, but it's mostly just a comedy that you can go in and not take seriously if you don't want to.
The show displayed a message to let yourself be yourself and to not be ashamed of who you are.
The movie, it's like don't judge a book or whatever. It's like don't judge someone based on how you first met them, and there's more than meets the eye.
Not only does the message of the play show diversity, so does the cast.
As someone who's trans, it's kind of hard to get roles in general that would fit with my gender identity in any way. So Jinji is one of the roles where I'd be like okay with it because I get to still dress femininely but be playing a character still. So I don't have to compromise my gender identity or expression.
Everyone in the play did a great job. This is Emily King reporting for Panther Talk. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Emily. Personally, my favorite part was Skylar's cello. It was amazing. Way to go, girl. So Wordle's gotten pretty popular recently.
It is a game on the New York Times website where you guess the 5-letter word of the day.
Let's go to Ava and see what she has to tell us about Wordle.
As most of you may know, there is currently a popular game on the internet called Wordle. Wordle is an online daily word game owned by the New York Times. In this game, players get 6 chances to guess a 5-letter word. The results after guessing a word would be colored tiles that indicate whether the letter is in the correct spot. Not only has this become popular worldwide, but it's a fun way to broaden vocabulary and develop better critical thinking skills. So if you're looking for a way to improve these things, Wordle is highly recommended. At Brookwood High School, Wordle has grown more popular by the day as more people start to play it.
The majority of my friends play Wordle. Like at lunch per se, I'll be like, oh, have you done the daily Wordle? And
I know a good amount, like 5, 6. They're actually the people that showed me, and they're pretty close friends to me too.
Wordle can even make you use words that you never would have thought of.
Wordle has definitely broadened my vocabulary a little bit. It makes me think of words that I usually wouldn't use to describe stuff. So, yeah, in as little as 5 letters, you can broaden your vocabulary with Wordle.
A lot of them are just very weird words that you've never even heard before.
Wordle is pretty fun, and I think you should give it a try.
It's not something that I wake up to and just have the urge to play, but it's a fun little activity.
This is Ava signing off. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Ava. I never knew so many Brookwood students play Wordle.
On Saturday, April 2nd, Brookwood High School's Chick-fil-A leadership team hosted a kickball tournament at the Brookwood Ballpark to raise money for the self-contained classes at Brookwood Elementary.
The teams Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Reese's Rejects, and Global Gym Cobras had all competed in the 2 teams. Reese's Rejects and Global Gym Cobras both tied.
And now we're going to move on to our Panther panel for sports.
Welcome back, Panthers, to your Panther panel. I'm Joseph.
I'm Christian. And I'm Jackson.
And this is your Panther panel.
Swinging right into it with baseball, after 2 great games beating Timpton Rosemark 12-2 and Brentwood 15-8, our Panthers struck out against Pelham, Oak Grove, ACA, and County High.
Following this rough patch, the boys copped a win 17-0 against Paul Bryant. Brookwood then faced off against County High in a rematch on April 2nd, but lost 12-3. Kicking the ball over to soccer, our soccer team hasn't had the best of luck as of late.
On March the 10th, Brookwood battled Northside in a winning effort, beating them 8-5.
After the win, Brookwood then had a rough stretch, losing to Holt, County High, ACA, and Sipsey Valley.
Then, on April 1st, Brookwood played against Holt in a rematch. This was your senior night for the Panthers.
Let's go to Laney to hear more on soccer senior night.
The 2022 Brookwood High School Soccer Senior.
On Friday, April 1st, the Brookwood soccer team had its 2022 senior night. Some of the seniors on the team have been playing for a very long time.
I've been playing soccer since I was 3. My dad put me in it. It was between Boy Scouts and soccer, and I chose to, be an athlete.
I decided to play soccer because it's one of my favorite sports and it's been in my family for the longest.
While playing soccer, the seniors were able to make memories and have left some tips for the younger players.
My favorite memory is just the little moments I have had with my teammates over the 7 past years. Some advice that I would give my teammates is be humble and always give it your all, 100%, and enjoy what you do.
Soccer is actually a pretty complicated sport to learn. You have to sit there and actually pay attention to it and watch it, but really just learning to play with the team.
This is what Coach Ridley had to say to the seniors.
And Coach Ridley would like to thank the senior class for all of their hard work, dedication, and commitment to Brookwood soccer. We will miss all of you next year, and we wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
This is Abby Newman, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Laney. Here's the latest pitch for softball. Brookwood softball played against Hoover on March the 10th and lost 14-2.
Brookwood then played Austin in a tough battle, ended up tying the game 2-2.
Our Lady Panthers then traveled to Thompson on March the 21st and came up losing short 12-1.
After Thompson, Brookwood played 2 games on March the 25th, with them getting a victory over Moody 6-3, but they lost to Holy Spirit 6-0.
The very next day, Brookwood played a triple header, first starting off against Holy Spirit in a rematch. Brookwood played hard but struck out, losing 2-1.
They then hit a home run, beating Winfield 2-0.
And finally, Brookwood played Northside and ended up pulling out another win, beating them 3-1.
Lastly for softball, Brookwood played Northridge on March 31st and ended up decimating them 17-2. Big news for one of our Brookwood cheerleaders, Mallory Savage. She signed with the University of Montevallo on a cheerleading scholarship. Let's head over to Abby Newman to hear about the signing.
I'm planning to go to the University of Montevallo to get my business degree, and then I plan on following after that to go to Paul Mitchell to get my cosmetology degree. It feels really good because I've always wanted to cheer in college since I was really little. It's probably like the best thing that's ever happened to me. Really, it feels really good to have the scholarship. If you have a goal you're trying to reach, always try your hardest. Never, ever give up and keep going. No matter how many times you fail, just keep going.
Thanks, Abby. Congrats to Mallory.
Moving on to World Sports, the National Championship is set after a great and suspenseful ending to the March Madness. The matchup is between number 1 Kansas and number 8 North Carolina, with Kansas making a comeback to get the win.
Congratulations to Kansas.
And lastly, we want to talk about what we think the biggest offseason NFL moves were. For me, it's going to be 100% Tyreek Hill getting traded to the Dolphins.
For me, I personally think Deshaun Watson getting traded to the Browns was a big pickup.
I have to disagree because I think Russell Wilson getting traded to the Broncos was a pretty big deal. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Christian.
I'm Joseph.
And I'm Jackson.
And this was your Panther Panel.
On our last show, some teachers competed in a lip sync battle to see who could lip sync the best. This time, you'll see how well some Brookwood students can lip sync. Now that you've seen the last one, remember to go vote for who you think won.
It's hard to know what she would say, but I think she'd want you to live like the world's on fire, want you to love like hearts don't break. You're never going out of style. Ooh, pretty baby, this world might have gone crazy. The way you save me, who could blame me when I just wanna make you smile? I wanna throw you like Michael, I wanna kiss you like Prince. Let's get it on like Marvin Gaye, like Hathaway. Write a song for you like this. You're over my head.
Well, that's all we have for you today. I'm Coda.
And I'm Mary.
And this was your Panther Talk.
Let's go hunt it, do-do-do-do-do. Let's go hunt it, do-do-do-do-do. Let's go hunt it, do-do-do-do-do. Let's go hunt. Run away, do-do-do-do-do. Run away, do-do-do-do-do. Run away, do-do-do-do-do. Run away. Safe at last, do-do-do-do-do. Safe at last, do-do-do-do-do. Safe at last, do-do-do-do-do. Safe at last. It's the end, do-do-do-do-do. It's